Hello, this is Mike, K0NGA, and today I wanted to talk about a topic that has come up several times in the last few months. In the world of DMR, there is a network system called Brandmeister. On Brandmeister, there are little hotspot repeaters that are very, very popular, one of them being the OpenSpot. I happen to have one of those. The only downside to the OpenSpot, especially in the world of us, geeks out there, is that it is Ethernet only, and the current version does not have Wi-Fi. There are reports from the developers that they're coming out with a Wi-Fi version, but in the meantime, you're stuck with a hard Ethernet connection. So what many people have done is they get a Wi-Fi adapter, which essentially allows you to plug in an Ethernet cable into this adapter and then attach it to a Wi-Fi network, and that allows the OpenSpot to get out to the internet over Wi-Fi. Now, this can be tricky, and I have talked to several people that have had trouble with this, and so I wanted to put together this video to go through a tutorial on how to do this. So let's get started. Of course, you're going to need a few things. Obviously, you're going to need your OpenSpot. You're going to need an Ethernet to Wi-Fi adapter. The most popular one that's used today by most of the hams that have done this is the TP-Link TL-WR802N. And it's very popular because it's small, it's lightweight, and it can be powered off of USB. So just like the OpenSpot, it can be powered by USB, which is very, very, very handy. You'll need a computing device with Wi-Fi capability to set all this up, a laptop or a smartphone. Yes, you can do this on your smartphone. And of course, you're going to need an existing Wi-Fi connection to the internet. Now, this can be your home Wi-Fi connection, or if you're doing things like me and you want to take it mobile, you can set this up to tether off of your smartphone, which is very, very handy. So you do need an existing Wi-Fi connection. The adapter does not provide that for you. You need a Wi-Fi connection out to the internet. The adapter is just going to allow you to attach your OpenSpot to it. Okay? Next thing. Here's the prep. Obviously, you power up your adapter and your OpenSpot. So you can plug it into USB and get that powered up. I do that via a battery pack, a USB charging battery pack that you can use to charge your phone. You can run them off of that. It's very good for that mobile experience. You then connect an Ethernet cable to the adapter and the OpenSpot. You can use the cable that came with your OpenSpot. You can use the cable that came with your Wi-Fi adapter if you've lost the other one. You just have to connect an Ethernet cable on either side. Of course, make sure your Wi-Fi connection is online and working. I can't stress that enough. And of course, you need to have your SSID or the network name that your Wi-Fi connection uses, along with your Wi-Fi password. Have it handy and ready to go. So here's the procedure. Here's the steps that you use to do this. First, you need to connect your laptop or smartphone to the adapter's pre-existing Wi-Fi network. So each adapter will come from the factory with the default configuration with its own Wi-Fi connection that you can connect to, and then you use a web browser to connect to the adapter's browser-based configuration page. Now, this will differ from Wi-Fi adapter to Wi-Fi adapter. The instructions should be with the adapter when you bought it. If not, go online and look up the manual for your particular model. Once you're into the configuration page of your Wi-Fi adapter, you configure the adapter as a client mode configuration, connecting to the Wi-Fi network that you have that's ready. Once you go through that, your device should reboot, and your OpenSpot will be up on the internet. That's all there is to it to get it connected up. Now, beyond that, there are some additional steps. Okay, but if you just want to get it set up, you're done. But for most people, you want to also be able to manage your device. So what you need to do to manage your device once it's on this Wi-Fi network is then you need to take your smartphone or your laptop and connect it to the Wi-Fi network that the Wi-Fi adapter is on so they can talk to each other. Okay. Now, the hard part here is figuring out how to get to your OpenSpot. Now, if you pre-configured your OpenSpot with a network name, you should be able to type in the network name into your browser window and it should connect right up. If it doesn't, you may need to determine the IP address that's assigned to your OpenSpot. Okay, in order to do that, you need to get into your Wi-Fi adapter's configuration page again. So again, refer to your documentation on how to get there. Obviously, the IP address is going to change because you've attached it to an existing network. And so that kind of throws some people off. But then once you're into that configuration page, you should be able to go down and look at what devices are connected to your Wi-Fi adapter, and the IP address is assigned to that to the device, and that's the IP address you use to attach to your OpenSpot. Okay. Now, once you're in your OpenSpot, you can make the desired changes that you want, but it's best if you leave your network settings set to DHCP, because most adapters are designed to either pass DHCP addresses or assign them or whatnot. There's no need to change that. It can be problematic. You'll end up having to reset your OpenSpot just to give access back to it. Just leave it alone. Now, something else that trips people up. If the Wi-Fi network the adapter is set up to goes down, you're going to lose the ability to configure both the adapter and the OpenSpot. This is just a technical dependency stack kind of thing. All right? Now, don't panic. All you need to do is reset your Wi-Fi adapter to factory settings. That's all you need to do. Once they're back to factory settings, you can go back to step 1 where you connect your laptop or smartphone to the built-in network and you just start over. So this is very important. If you have it set up, your Wi-Fi adapter set up at home on your home network, and you take it out to a ham fest or to a swap fest, and now you can't get access to it because your adapter is trying to attempt to attach to your home network, and there's no home network there to connect to. So you reset it, go back into it, and now you can set it up on a different Wi-Fi network that's available to get out to the internet. So that's the way you get around that, oops, I forgot to reset it, or forgot to change the settings issue. All right, enough talking. Let's get to the demo. Now, as I'm sitting here, I have my OpenSpot and my TP-Link adapter powered up. They're attached to each other via the Ethernet cable. And now I want to connect my laptop to the TP-Link so that I can configure it. Now, if you look on the back of your TP-Link or your adapter, you should see the SSID or the network name that your adapter is set to by default. Mine is set to this little network right here. It's very easy to find because it says TP-Link on it. How convenient. Okay? Now, I'm not going to set it to connect automatically because I don't want to automatically go into that in cases later. Now it's going to ask for your password. Now the password will also be on the back of your device, the default password. Now on my TP-Link, it is below the MAC address and it has a barcode right over it. So it's kind of hard to see because it's tiny. But my default password, and it's all numbers, so don't let that throw you. Now, what I believe is happening here is just verifying that it has internet connectivity, which of course it's not going to have because it's not connected out to the internet. Now that we're connected to the Wi-Fi adapter's network, we need to go to the configuration page. So open the browser. Now, the URL to get to the page should be on the back of your device or in your documentation for the TP-Link. They say to go to tplinkwifi.net, and as you can tell, it doesn't always work. Now, just so happens for the TP-Link, you can get to it by the IP address, which is 192.168.0.1, and here is your configuration page. So don't let that throw you either. It can be frustrating, I know. It happens. So here's where it gets fun. So now we're going to go in and connect in. Default password, admin, and now we're in. So we can finally start doing something. Now, I don't suggest that if you just want to get this thing online, to go through all the settings and start playing with them. It can get very confusing and it cause you to reset because you've done something and you can't figure out what you did. For this particular device, the easiest way is to go into Quick Setup. Okay. So we're going to set this up as a client, which means that our little adapter is going to be a client on the Wi-Fi network and that the IP address will be sent to the OpenSpot, which is set up for DHCP. So here's what we do. Now it's going to scan and see what networks are available in the area, and it's going to give us a list. Now, the one that I'm going to set up to is this one, which is this Nacho WiFi. It's my son's great idea. We're going to choose that. This just happens to be my phone, the Wi-Fi tether on my phone, which you can use. It's just fine. And now it picks up automatically the MAC address. You want to choose the security mode, leave that typically on WPA or WPA2 if you don't know what you're doing. But that's the most common method of securing a Wi-Fi network. And we're going to put in the password, which for this one is I love pie. Hit next. Now here's the point before you hit next. Obviously you're putting your password out into the open when you do this. So if you don't want people knowing what your Wi-Fi password is on your network, don't make sure no one's looking over your shoulder when you configure this. Okay. Now leave it on Smart IP. Don't touch that. It's going to pick up an address automatically in a subnet mask. Don't change any of that. It's going to do all this automatically. Hit next. And here are your settings. Right? Now when we reboot this, since I have the OpenSpot already up and running, it's trying to get out to the network. As soon as this is properly configured, it should try to get online, and if it goes online, it'll make the announce. And I have a radio set up here to see if we can hear the announce when it happens. So let's give this a shot. Now, since this is going to a different network than what I have my laptop connected to, obviously this isn't going to show up when it happens because it's on a different network, but we should hopefully hear something very soon.
OpenSpot connected to Brandmeister 3103.
And there it is. It's connected up. Now, my OpenSpot is now on the internet. It's connected to Brandmeister and is fully functional. Now what? Okay, let's go back through this. So, now that we have the OpenSpot up and running, I want to be able to manage my OpenSpot from my laptop. So I need to go into my network settings and go to the network that I connected the adapter to. Make sure I got that typed correctly the first time. And I did. Excellent. Now we're connected up to the same network as the network adapter I want to get into my OpenSpot. So what do I do? So I go up. Now I changed the name of my OpenSpot, so don't let this throw you. My OpenSpot I named Conga OpenSpot DMR.local. The reason why I use the DMR there is because I have another OpenSpot that I've set up for D-Star. We go there and look at that. It loads up. So here's my page. That's there. Put in my password. And here we go. And as you can see, I've already got a contact coming through. It's fantastic. So that's really all there is to it. Now, I mentioned before the DHCP settings. Yada, yada, yada. If you come down here, you notice that there are no network settings to be had. There's this. You can set up the static and do this. Don't do this unless you absolutely positively know what you're doing. Okay? Leave that alone. Leave it set to DHCP. It'll be just fine. So now you can get into your OpenSpot. You can change everything that you want to. It'll be on the network. You know how to get access to it. Also, when you resolve that network name for your OpenSpot, it'll tell you what the IP address is if you need to remember that for future reference. So that's cool. All right. Now, we need to take a look at our TP link, which I don't know if I can get to. Why? Because I don't know the IP address that it's set up to, and I can't get to it from its network name, which is very frustrating. But this is where you would reset your TP link. Now, how do you do that? Well, it's very simple. Go to Google. If you forget how to do this, this is how I figured it out. And you go WR802N factory reset. And you should get this little thing here. So just make sure, all you have to do is make sure it's on. Push in the reset button for at least 5 seconds. You'll see the light starting to blink and it'll reset. And you can start over. It's as simple as that. So then you can go back in, connect back to the default network for the adapter, and go through the wizard to set it up onto a different Wi-Fi network. So that's all there is to it. I want to thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. I'll get back to you as soon as humanly possible. I hope this video was useful. In the meantime, take care, and I hope to hear you on the air.